What it do, my tribe? Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you to all our subscribers. And make sure y'all come in and hit that like button. And, put some color up on the screen if you feel like, throughout the broadcast, you're hearing stuff that you really want to hear. You know what, you guys? To tell you the truth, I was going to come in this broadcast today and be like really rah-rah with this whole subject with this chick, Carlee. But then I was like, you know what? Like everybody's gonna do that. Like she deserves definitely to get dragged for show. And we gonna do some dragging. But what makes me even more sad is like, where have we gotten in society where people feel like literally like they would do anything to get clout and attention and money for whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's like we don't even understand how far they minds go with this stuff. Where have we gotten to in our society where it's like, well, I'm just going to call in a random Amber Alert, or I'm just going to say that I got kidnapped just so people can talk about me. It's like how do we get there? I was going to come at it like, and I still can. It's just like, I don't understand why people like this, like we see these in our everyday life. Some people's mothers-in-laws, fathers-in-laws, sisters, brothers, aunties, nieces, nephews, they all lie to this degree of just like, why would you even fathom to say something like that? It makes you think like, did I do a wrong thing as an auntie? Did I do something wrong as a mother or as a sister to get these people to, you know what I'm saying? Like, why didn't I see the signs and stop them before they was able to be in society doing this? It makes you really, really wonder that. So let's get it started. And I am going to start with this because this is so telling right here. This is one of this girl's Carlee's tweets from a while back. Taken Two is my favorite movie. Crazy. Only to find out that all your Google searches and stuff was going to lead you to everybody. Yeah, you got your clout now, but it's not in the way that you want it. Every time these people go out here and try to gain clout by doing and saying the most horrendous things or most gaslighting things they can say, it always backfires on them every single time. It's like, did you learn nothing from Jesse Smollett? Yes, it's an ongoing thing in Black Twitter, but it is so true. Like, for real. Like, literally, like, in that moment, Jesse Smollett hated Donald Trump so much that he wanted to use him, even though he was already on top doing Empire. Everybody loved Empire. They were supporting the gays. Everything was great for Jesse. Okay? But he wanted to take it a little bit further. And every time you do that, that's when you find yourself in fucked up situations like Carlee did. The same thing. And when I look to the Bible to try to tell me like what is going on with people, it say in Timothy, I think it's chapter 2, like in these days, people are gonna be lovers of themselves, they gonna love money, and they just gonna pass God aside like he ain't nothing. And that's exactly what's going on. They just love they self and love clout and just love looking at themselves. They just love themselves so much that they'll do anything and everything to like keep the spotlight on them, even when you already getting blessed. That's what's so crazy. Some people out here are so blessed. You know what I'm saying? You got a roof over your head. You got a way to get back and forth to work. Your kids ain't out here all crazy, but they still be walking around with their face twisted up. And I don't understand that. I don't understand that. That's when social media and stuff becomes a part of your everyday life. When you start looking at people that's doing all these other things, wishing that you can do that stuff too, and got the nerve to look at yourself or feel about yourself like you ain't doing something when you doing everything. That's what I'm out here to tell my people. You are doing everything you're supposed to be doing. You don't need to gain this extra clout by going to these kind of extremes. So let's get into it. I want y'all to love yourself, number one. Just love yourself and understand how God working in your life. You know? What's up, Miss Sam? What's up, Wesley? Everybody in the house. Thank you guys so much for tuning in too. But yes, people have become so much lovers of themselves in this material world that they just like they don't see the way that God's working in their life. But perfect examples of this is what's been going on in the media lately with everybody, and especially with this girl. So let's get into it. I know y'all done seen the stuff that they put out yesterday. And you know what was so embarrassing? What was one of them moments was when like the police was saying like everything that she was Googling and stuff and giving the actual timeline of everything that was going on. Do y'all know how freaking embarrassing that was for everybody? Look at all those black women. All we do is watch true crime stuff. So we looking at this stuff, we like, none of this makes sense. In case you haven't seen it, let's take a quick look at it just real quick.
Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction.
Y'all see what I'm saying? And I don't want my people to get discouraged from what really is happening out here. That is a real thing. We all know this by now. Sex trafficking, organ trafficking, all that stuff is a real thing that's going on in our community. And it's a lot of people that's tweeting and saying stuff like, well, I'm just going to mind my business. I ain't going to be worried about this, this, and that. Please don't do that. We all have to stay focused on what's going on and protect our people, especially where you live at. And when you see something, say something, do something. We cannot let this person, this liar, because that's what she is. We can't let this liar that's doing stuff for clout and doing stuff to be seen and stuff take away from what we all been working to do as adults and making sure that we protect our people. We're not gonna let her do that. Period. That's how I feel about it. I'm not gonna let her like take us away from what's really going on in the world. And that is what's going on in hotels. They got rooms and shit where they be taking people at. You be thinking you done left you in there chilling. They got okay. And for y'all, and for people to sit up there, for this girl to sit up there and make it seem like they had kid gloves on with her while she was in custody of fucking terrorists and rapists was what was crazy. That's what was crazy to me. Because when you listen to what she said to the police, let me take a look, because I wrote it down too. Okay. So I ain't even talked about the baby yet, but let's just talk about her leaving the wig and the cell phone there when she in her mind, she really thinks she planned this out really good. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. First of all, you don't go on Google looking up all this stuff. You don't come from a conference. It was probably at a hotel taking a bathrobe and toiletries and stuff like that. We don't. None of this was planned out. But anyway, so she says they took her out of her vehicle, threw her into an 18-wheeler. An 18-wheeler, y'all. She didn't say if she was handcuffed. She didn't say if she was beat up or violated. She just said next thing she knows, she woke up in a daggone 18-wheeler. Makes no sense to me. Then after that, she said she escaped the 18-wheeler. Y'all, do y'all know what the... She said she escaped the 18... What kind of James Bond shit was she on? What kind of a bald spot in the back, and she heard a lady's voice? Like, what, you peek your eye down? I don't like, girl, what was you like this? And it's like, oh, he got orange hair and a bald spot. And then you heard a lady's voice. It was just all too weird to me. As soon as they started saying it, I was like, these white people are happy in this county that they found this girl lying. And it was the most stupidest lie you can ever hear. They threw her in an 18-wheeler. She did some James Bond shit, escaped, rolled on the ground in the middle of the highway. Then she ran, took off and ran. And I don't know, maybe they have cameras in the back of the 18-wheeler. I don't know. But somehow the people that was driving the 18-wheeler said, oh no, she done escaped. And then they pulled it over and was able to run so fast that they could catch her, only to put her in another vehicle, a smaller vehicle that, I don't know, maybe somebody that was trailing them, who knows, but put her in a smaller vehicle, and she was able to escape there too, only to fight her way through the woods and find her way to her parents. Like, come on, man. Like I said, I was gonna be like, you know, really going on this person, but this is like mental illness at its finest right here. This is what we seeing. This is what we seeing, you guys. A generation of people that'll do anything, and I mean anything, for clout. Don't make no sense. Then you listen to the 911 tape, and that's even worse. Because then you start talking, then now you're getting into kids and stuff. What kind of kid would be walking down the highway, from what the police said are facts, 6 football fields with no kind of waving nobody down, not, you know, walking into traffic, any kind of thing like that? Let's listen to that, because that was weird too.
4:59, and there is a kid just walking by themselves.
Oh, hold on. Where on 4:59 are you?
I'm right next to the exit 10 by the Hoover Med, like to get off by the Hoover Med.
Okay, so you're before that exit?
Yes.
Okay, and were you headed southbound or northbound? Like towards Tuscaloosa or towards 280?
Towards Tuscaloosa.
Okay, and was the child on the left or right side?
On the right side.
Were they walking northbound or southbound?
They're walking in towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound, or how old did they look?
Like a toddler, like maybe like 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yes.
Okay, are you with the child right now?
No, I'm not. I didn't get out of the car. I can see them though.
That was telling for me right then and there. What person with the any kind of feelings would see a child like that abandoned on the side of the highway and say, no, I ain't even get out my car, I'm just really just driving? Like, she didn't even think nothing out. Just stupid. You know what I'm saying? These kids ain't got no kind of knowledge. Nah, I ain't even, nah, I'm in my car. But you see a little baby there. Where's your compassion? You're training to be a nurse, right? And you decide not to even get out your car? That makes no sense to me. Off the bat, when they was playing that daggone tape, it was like anybody would get out their car and be like, hey, baby, you know, let me put you in my car. I don't care what. It's a child. Anybody with common sense would do that. So all these red flags is going off to the police off the bat. I'm sure they didn't tell the parents. But once they start doing those Google searches, how can I get away with robbing a cash register without nobody knowing? What kind of dumb shit is that? You probably have to work there or something. Like, why would you even ask that? With all that shit from, even they said they didn't even tell us everything that she researched, which makes me even think even darker things, to be honest with y'all. It ain't no it's probably much darker, the psychological stuff that's going on in this girl's mind, than we can even fathom at this point. Because if you're doing all of that, and what it seems like to me, once it came to the cash register stuff, everything is about money. It's about money for her. So it makes me think, like, what kind of situation was going on in your life where you felt like this was the end of all ends, where you had to go and make up this stuff about you seeing this child on the highway, and I'm going to act like I've been kidnapped. Like, what was really going through your mind to make you think that you wasn't going to get caught, A, and B, like, what was your end game? What was your plan B after this? She didn't have one. So the police is giving her time to take a rest, because she's probably about to go do those 180 days for lying. Because that didn't make no sense at all. Like, what was the end goal of this? Did you want people to put up a GoFundMe for you, and everybody to put up a GoFundMe, and then you miraculously return out of the woods like a fucking fairy tale, like a movie? But you know what? A lot of these young girls, they think this is a movie out here. They really do. They think this is a movie and everything's a damn game. And they think that they can control what men are going to do and how women are going to react and how men are going to react. They think they have it all in control, and we do not. And it's crazy. But God said they're going to be lovers of themselves. They can't see nothing outside of themselves. All they know is that it felt good for them to sit up here and lie. All these people that's been fighting for their loved ones to come home, still putting up missing flyers and stuff like that for their loved ones and stuff, who they ain't seen since they ain't came home from school, or they ain't come home from their little job they was working at. And then you got this weirdo up here saying these kind of things. You know what I mean? It make you think, don't it? Like, what is really going on? But I tell you, it definitely is and will forever be social media. You can use it in a positive way to uplift your people, or it can work in a very dark, it sits in a dark, dark place. It really does. It really does. Because the things that people would do to obtain followers, the things that people would do to obtain fame. It used to be people like, you want wealth or fame? Most people be like, I want wealth, because you can do what you want to do with your money, right? You can help people, whatever. But this generation and moving forward, all they want is fame. That's it. Whether it's in death, whether it's in humiliation, that's what they want. And it's freaking sad. It is sad. The police said they ain't find no baby, but didn't nobody even put in a report for a missing baby. And then while she talking to the police, she didn't know, like, the FBI and all these people gonna be on it. They got her driving down the highway while she on the phone. Yeah, the baby got on a white t-shirt and some Pampers, and she's still driving and shit. What kind of shit is that? Yeah, that poor baby. Yeah, it's just a white baby on the side. She made sure she said the baby was white. It's a white baby. She wanted all the smoke. She wanted all the smoke. And then her parents came out there, and now they feel stupid. Her parents out there. She fought for her life. Where? When? Because from what she told the police, they ain't even want to put no things around her wrist because they ain't want to leave no markings. What kind of zesty ass kidnappers did you have? Oh, we didn't want to leave no marks on you, baby. Cause you pure. What kind of, she definitely was watching a movie. What kind of shit? You think these fucking terrorists and evil people out here care about they putting marks on your wrist? You ain't never being seen again, you weirdo. They ain't want no marks on me. But I think they took pictures of me though. Like what the stuff she was telling the police, they was just like, okay. They had no choice but to make a press conference because she had everybody in the neighborhood shook, thinking that it's a fucking people out here kidnapping people in an 18-wheeler, pulling up to you on the side of the highway, the 18-wheeler, and then don't tie you up because they want your wrists to be delicate. What kind of shit? Exactly. What kind of shit is really going on? They didn't want to tie me up. They just wanted to take pictures of me. Like, what are they doing? Like, scouting people for Instagram models? Girl, I was like, what in the world? Nah.
You big dummy.
I had to say it. You big dummy. What made you think that people was going to fall for that one? They didn't want to put, because I'm the shit, so they didn't want to put nothing around my wrist. They just took pictures of me. Because I'm a bad bitch. Then I escaped from a motherfucking 18-wheeler, bitch. Like, what? You escaped from an 18-wheeler. Y'all seen the back of an 18-wheeler? All these latches. All these latches and shit. What the hell? How'd you escape from that? You know what I did? I fucking motherfucker, I got up out of that makes me think like she had to, you can tell she's young. Cause when you put up shit like this, like that's her Twitter, y'all. She's retarded. Taking Two, my favorite movie, y'all. Hey, I got something planned for y'all. Hey, I'm gonna get kidnapped and then I'm gonna rescue my motherfucking self. How y'all like that? I'm gonna rescue myself, bitch. And thought we was all gonna fall for it. Oh, Carlee's home. Carlee's home. Thank the Lord. Carlee done made it home. How you get home, bitch? I ran through the woods. You ran through the woods? Yeah, I ran through the woods on the motherfuckers. They tried to get me 2 times, but you know what I'm saying? I'm so fine. You see, they didn't want to mess up my body. So I jumped over a couple fences, see, ran through the woods, seen Little Red Riding Hood and say, fuck you, bitch, and your granny, and kept on going. And next thing you know, I'm home. I got a slight headache. That's what the police reported. I had a slight headache and shit. You know what I'm saying? And my shirt a little bit tore. That's because I got caught on that fence. But after that, I'm home. What y'all got to say now? Carlee home, bitch. And she really, she really thought that was gonna like convince us. So how you get out to 18? So what happened when you was there, when you was all kidnapped and stuff? This is how these city girls be talking. Because this is the only thing that'll make me think that this shit will make sense to her. So while I'm caught up with her or whatever, you know, they had a blindfold on me, so I couldn't really see her. But she was like playing with my hair. She was playing with my hair and she was painting my nails and stuff and feeding me Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its? Yeah, she was feeding me Cheez-Its. Like what? What craziness. I wish I was making this up, but I'm not. She literally Googled the movie Taken the night that she says she got tooken. She got taped. What the hell, man? And she need to get put in jail. Honestly. She need to go to jail. She need to do her if they can go on TV and do a fake 60 days in, she need to do the time that she needs to do for lying. Because it's too many people and it's too much shit going on for us to we have to hold our people accountable. She needs to be held accountable because she was doing too much. Let's take one last look at her. Look at her. And they said they didn't want to put nothing around my sensitive wrist. Because they don't do that to beautiful Black queens when they sex trafficking. So I just had to do what I had to do and roll out that 18-wheeler like a G. You know what I'm saying? Like a G. I rode out that 18-wheeler like a G, ran through the forest. You know what I'm saying? Big bad wolf ain't got nothing on me type nigga, broke ass nigga wolf. And then I made it all the way to my parents' house. I mean, what's not to believe? What's not to believe? Girl, please. She done lost her damn mind, y'all. And meanwhile, we got, and this is just for GP if y'all ain't seen this. Meanwhile, we got this going on.
I'm trying to get my coochie stretch. I'm trying to get my coochie stretch and eat a nigga ass. Eat a nigga ass. We be eating niggas ass today in London. Period, baby. I'm trying to get this coochie stretch.
And I just put that in there randomly because I feel like all these girls are coming from the same generation of I will do and say anything to get recognized, to get put on TV, to get talked about. And it's crazy. And then the next thing you know, they be in church talking like this.
The man came with his penis and put it in my mouth. And then he came again and he slept with me last week, and I told the pastor that I need deliverance again, and since then my private part has been itching.
It's been itching?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Speak. Who are you? Who are you? Look at that demon. Look at that demon. Look at that demon. Demon in the private part. Watch what happens. Hey.
I'm sorry. God, that video is so fucking funny. You can't have it both ways, people. These ladies can't have it both ways. It's just too much. Everybody wants attention for some reason. And it's just crazy. But I'm going to leave y'all with that because I done went way over than what I was supposed to go. I love y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I was watching that one more time that I'm out of here. And then I'm it. And yo, y'all.
A demon came with his penis and put it in my mouth. And then he came again and he slept with me last week, and I told the pastor that I need deliverance again, and since then my private part has been itching.
It's been itching?
Yes.
Okay. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? Speak. Who are you? Who are you? Look at that demon. Look at that demon. Look at that demon. Demon in the private part. Watch what happens.
Part of what data includes several internet searches in the days leading up to their disappearance that I think are very relevant to this case. On July 11th at 7:30 a.m., the term, "Do you have to pay for an Amber Alert?" was searched. On July 13th at 1:03 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term, "How to take money from a register without being caught," was searched. On July 13th at 2:13 a.m., the day of her disappearance, the term Birmingham bus station was searched. On July 13th, 2:35 a.m., a search for a one-way bus ticket from Birmingham to Nashville was conducted with a departure date of July 13th. On July 13th at 12:10 p.m., a search for the movie Taken, a film about abduction.